Hi, welcome to day 2 of the CF Summit virtual experience. Thank you all for welcoming us into your homes and joining us from around the world. Today is all about contributors, getting started as a contributor, learning about the leading edge ideas that our projects are exploring, finding ways to help each other in a cross-project collaboration, and really getting to know each other. When I took the role of executive director, I really talked about 2 priorities. First was to help all of you on the journey to bring Cloud Foundry closer together with Kubernetes and Istio and all the other projects that you're embracing in our architecture. The second was to focus on supporting the community itself, the individuals that pour so much time, energy, and heart into the projects. With that in mind, I've been thinking about the progress that has been made over the last several months. It's been extraordinary. The ancient Greek philosopher Heracles said, "Change is the only constant in life." And that's something that we embody in the spirit of our project, the spirit of our community. We understand that. We've evolved continually, at least since I've been involved, since starting in 2015. Early on, our community created its own container orchestration components. In fact, we did 2 versions of a container orchestration component because we were ahead of the time in using containers, and we had to build something that served the purpose of delivering a reliable multi-tenant application platform. But today, Kubernetes has matured. It's a general purpose platform, and our community is embracing it. Exploring how the architecture can fundamentally change in the new infrastructure environment, finding ways to embrace other cloud-native open source projects as components in our system, but also remaining focused on developer experience. Now, ultimately, our community of contributors, committers, project leads, after we make this transition, we're going to be in an even better position to focus on that developer experience. We need that focus as new capabilities become possible through our architectural changes. And I challenge each of you to think carefully about how we craft the right experience for developers. Having empathy for the amount of cognitive load we put on them as a new capability rolls out. Are we making it as simple as possible? Are we exposing the right amount of configurability? Are we exposing the right capabilities of the underlying components? And are we fitting into the future information architectures of the organizations that rely on the Cloud Foundry platform for their development teams? It's absolutely a renewed time of energy in the community with new ideas, a lot of new people, and a clear vision. And so I encourage all of you to continue to embrace change as a constant, continue to be welcoming and inclusive, and keep building towards our future. Now, today is all about community and contributors. And so we have 2 community awards that we want to award today. The first one is the Awesome Advocate Award. This is the award that's given to someone who's been nominated for their efforts in sharing the value of the project, but also in sharing their love for the community with others. The winner today is Dr. Shijiao Gao from Stark and Wayne. She's nominated for her passion and enthusiasm, again, for both the project and for the community, always talking about how Cloud Foundry can be powerful in an organization, always talking about how welcoming the community is. Congratulations, Dr. Gao. The second award today is for Committed Contributor. This is an award where nominations are sent in describing the work of people who may be very well known in the community or may be quiet but doing amazing work in the background. But what they do is they demonstrate a commitment to the project, a commitment to collaboration, and a commitment to the community itself. The winner today is leading one of the most important efforts for our ecosystem, the release integration team, significantly increasing the transparency for the release process, especially in areas where early warnings to end users and distributions are important. Breaking changes, new features, things like that. More recently, this recipient has been at the forefront of the CF for Kubernetes project. They've demonstrated an exceptionally strong desire for cross-team collaboration, both throughout the application runtime PMC, and specifically with the CUBE-CF project, which has very common goals and lots of similar aims to the CF for Kate's project. So I want to congratulate Sayurem from VMware for winning the Committed Contributor Award. I also want to take a minute to thank our sponsors again. We cannot run events, virtual or in person, without sponsorship. Our diamond sponsors are SUSE and VMware Tanzu. Our platinum sponsor is IBM Cloud. Our gold sponsors are Any9s and SAP. And I ask all of you to take a minute to go visit the sponsors in the exhibitor area, chat with them, schedule a meeting, watch their demos, find out what they have to offer. Even if you work for another vendor, it's worth understanding how amazing our ecosystem is. You can also use the networking and attendee chats within the platform, join conversations in the networking area, or you can have one-on-one text or video calls with other attendees. Think of that like the virtual hallway track. It might not be as easy as walking down a hallway and actually seeing someone that you want to have a brief conversation with, but it's a great chance to collaborate. Now, the more you interact with sponsors, the more you interact during the sessions, the more questions you ask, when you fill out our survey, you're earning points. We wanted to have a little fun with this. So the more interaction that you do over the course of today, the higher your points are. And the top 10 point earners are going to win some pretty cool prizes. You can go check those out. I also, of course, want to remind everyone about the Code of Conduct, because being inclusive is at the heart of the Cloud Foundry community's spirit. And it's incredibly important that each one of you remains true to the Code of Conduct. Abide by it. And if you find that someone is not, please let us know. If you have any questions or need any type of support, reach out to our event staff using the Event Staff tab in the menu. We're all there to help you find information. We can point you in the right direction if you're having technical challenges with the site. And so with that, I want to thank all of you again for joining us for this virtual event. It means to the world to us. We hope to get as much feedback as possible about how this goes. As a reminder, we will be taking the event virtual in October for what was intended to be our European Summit. So we want to learn from this first attempt, and your feedback is critical to that. Thank you. Thank you very much to all of our contributors, all of our committers, all of our project leads, and the whole community for all the work that you do. Have a wonderful second day of the event.